This is Stacks and the City, the podcast about getting this money and achieving financial independence by any means necessary. And this is episode 21, online and in-store shopping tips. Let's get started. Hello everybody. Hi and welcome to yet another episode of Stacks and the City. I am your host, Ashley. Hello everybody. First, I want to say a really big thank you for all of my new listeners. Hey y'all. Hey, I hope this is fun. Good stuff. And of course, all my oldies but goodies. Hey y'all. Hey, I hope you're still getting something out of this. I am so excited to be here yet again, talking all things fashion. We are still in fashion month, talking about how to look nice, how to dress nice, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a really interesting week for me. In fact, by the time this episode airs, I'm going to be in Florida and I'm going to be at FinCon. So I'm super excited. This is my first conference with my show starting. So it's going to be a really fun experience. I hope I'm not overwhelmed. We'll see. But nonetheless, it should be really good stuff. So I'll let y'all know what's happening while I'm there. Y'all be trying to get this money. That's the objective, get this money. But without further ado, I really want to get started with our show. Today, we are going to be talking about tips for shopping both in a store and online. So as you all know, I love fashion. I love money. I love getting money. But I also understand that we do live in a world where we have to spend money in order to make some type of living. We do, and there's, of course, things that we want in our life. And there's nothing wrong with wanting things. I do believe that there's nothing wrong with that as long as we have a balance and as long as we have a really good reason for why we want the things that we want. Why do you want a nice pair of shoes? Why do you want a fancy bag? Why do you want to live in a nice house? There's a lot of these questions that I don't think we always necessarily truthfully answer. So as long as you have a very great understanding of why you're getting the things that you get, I don't see a problem with buying nice things or looking nice. But just don't go broke doing it, y'all. We're not trying to go broke. Because the idea is we can still live an abundant life. We can still live a life of anything and everything we want. But we're just doing it with a little bit of caution. We're doing it thinking about where our money is going. We're doing it knowing that what's more important is thinking about our future or making sure that we have money saved away, put away, making sure that our coins are working for us. Though that's the point. We can live our best life, but make sure that we have coins for us. Ashley coins. That's important. So today I do want to talk about how to shop both inline and in a store, in an actual store. I've been able to do both. I prefer shopping online. I think that you can find more interesting pieces online. I think that you get better deals online. I just think online is much better, but that's me. If you still prefer to get your cardio on while going inside of a traditional store, by all means, do you. We're going to talk about both. All right. So today we are going to help our burdening fashionistas, you guys, go into a store and we're going to find clothing options that work for you. That's the point. We're going to talk about how to navigate through a store, how to find clothing that works for you. We're going to talk about, I really do believe that if you go in, as with anything, if you have a plan, if you go into anything with some type of idea of what you want and how you want it and when you want it, you're going to have a much more likely chance of finding something that works for you. You can't go into a store just poking around because you're going to end up getting everything or nothing. That's the thing. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff or a whole lot of nothing. But if you go into a store with an idea of what you want and an idea of your price, you will find the clothing that works for you. All right, so let's start first in the store. My number one tip, you all, believe it or not, is to window shop. Window shop. You all, I'm a window shopaholic. In fact, my boo always picks on me for always going into a store without the intention of buying anything. And the reason why I highly recommend window shopping is because when you window shop, you have an opportunity to look around. You're looking at what the trends are. You're looking at what people are wearing. You're looking at what the mannequins are wearing. You're looking at what the clothes in a store has available. That way, it gives you a chance to see what's hot right now. Haha. It gives you a chance to see what your pricing is. It gives you a chance to understand what the floor plan of a store looks like. It gives you an opportunity to see like what the store is catering to. It's always important to observe your environment before you start participating in it. And this is coming from a family of introverts. I'm the only extrovert. From a family of introverts, you got to observe first before you dive in. So always window shop. I like window shopping because it also gives you ideas of what to incorporate into your wardrobe. So one fun story, I was in Bloomingdale's, and I don't think I've ever purchased anything from Bloomingdale's. I don't think I have. I was in Bloomingdale's, and I saw these mannequins, and they had burgundy and gold color combination. I never thought that would work, but the way they had it was on point. So I went to H&M, a cheaper place, and purchased things from that similar concept. So there's nothing wrong with window shopping, nothing wrong with having the mannequins, and I got that look for cheaper. I got that idea for a much cheaper price point, something that I was more comfortable with paying. So definitely window shop, you all. Observe, take notes, take some notes. Okay. Secondly, plan for what you need and plan the price. Plan for everything that you need and plan your price. Now, what do I mean by that? You all, I'm telling you, if you dictate to the world what you want, the world will respond. It may not come when you want it, but it's going to be there right on time. So, for example, I understand I have a basis of what my closet looks like. I kind of know what I have, what I want. I knew I want a floral blazer. The only floral blazers I saw were at Zara. They were at Zara. And they were too high for me. Zara, they think they're really cute charging some trend pieces at $100. Anyway, I digress. Don't do that. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, I'm not going to pay that. I knew that I wanted to pay no more than like $30, $40 for it. If that, I refused. It took some time. It took like 3 or 4 months, but I did find a blazer, that floral blazer, on sale at H&M for $25. And I still have it to this day. I still wear it. The point I'm trying to make here is that you need to have an understanding what's in your closet, and then you need to have a set price of what you're willing to pay for that item. If the price is more, I wouldn't buy it. Just put it back. You're gonna find something in your price range. You will. You really will. You just have to be patient. Don't get things now. It always works to be patient. Patience is extremely important with anything in life, and especially with your fashion game, getting your fashion game up. Now, don't be fooled by this whole fast fashion stuff. Patience is important. Patience is key. So definitely go into a store with an idea what you want. For a black blazer, for example, I'd be willing to spend more money because I get more wear out of it. I know that it's a more versatile piece than something floral. I know that a blazer is something I could easily throw on with anything. So blazers, like that type of blazer, I would spend more money. But definitely understand what you want and go out for the price. Figure out that price, you all. You'll find it. I promise. You will find it. You will find it. You tell the world how to live your life. The world is not telling you. All right. My next tip is to understand the floor plan of a store. Understand the floor plan. What in the world does that mean, y'all? Almost every store is the same. Every store is essentially, in a way, the same when you walk into a store. So when I do a lot of my window shopping, I do a lot of my window shopping at Metro Center in DC. So that's where the Zara, the H&M, Forever 21, there's a Uniqlo, which I don't go into. Sorry. Anyway. But all that little area, Macy's, TJ Maxx, I do most of my stuff. Understand what what the floor plan looks like and the traps that they give you. When you walk into a store, there's always going to be the mannequins in the middle with these beautiful lights. Every store you enter, you're going to see that. You're always going to see a featured item. These featured items are usually going to be more expensive. I generally do not go there. I don't go there. I use those for fashion inspiration, but I'm not going to be purchasing the clothes on the targeted items. I don't do that. Another tip, usually the clearance and sale items are going to be toward the back. So they want you to walk. If you want that prize of cheaper items, they want you to walk to fall into other quote unquote traps of more expensive items. So beware of that. Definitely be aware of that. But generally, your clearance items are going to be toward the back or like in the cut of a store, of any store. And of course, you're going to be doing some shuffling through to find what you want. But again, if you have an intention of what you want, like, oh, I want a really nice floral dress, by all means go and purchase it. By all means go and find it. Find it, and if the price is right, definitely purchase it. If you're going to get a lot of wear out of it, definitely purchase it. Another tip that you need to know is that many items, they know their clients. You guys, stores know who their customer base is. They know. And they know that in theory we all want to be on point, but in reality, we all try to play it safe with our clothing. And that's just what it is. So of course they're gonna have like the really fun mannequins with the really cool intense outfits, and then they're gonna be having like really fun blazers and really cool outer jackets. But I would say maybe like 60 or 70% of the store is going to be basics. Your black button up, a button up t-shirt, a regular t-shirt, a jean, a black blazer. It's going to be a very vanilla, if you will, very all the basics, all the basics, because they know that people are going to they're going to end up purchasing that. All they care about is getting this money. Y'all, it's capitalism. So it doesn't matter if you're fashionable or not. As long as they're getting your coin, then they're happy. So they're going to make sure that the majority of their items are going to cater to that specific base, to the typical shopper who isn't one to take a lot of fashion risks, who isn't one to go out of the norm when it comes to shopping, who does have a generally stolid wardrobe. So you want to make sure that you're not falling into those traps. Another thing that I know particularly H&M does, is that they have a price point, a specific price, like skirt, $14. But then they have like 3 or 4 other items there that are way more expensive. So really they're just trying to entice you to go to the rack. But the item isn't the item that you actually want. I don't know if I explained that well, but y'all just don't fall for that trap. You'll see. I know for sure H&M does that. Don't do that. Just don't fall for that. I think Zara does that too. Be careful about that. Be very, very, very careful. The last point that I really want you all to have salient in your spleen is that sizing is arbitrary. Sizing is arbitrary. Don't have these stores tell you what your size is. You tell them. You tell them. The reason why I'm saying this is that stores have sizing. Sizing is essentially a marketing tactic. It's a type of tactic to get you into the store. So for example, I know that Torrid, for example, is a plus size store, but their size 0, I think, is like a size, maybe like a 12 or 14. For example, marketing is a marketing tactic. H&M has recently changed their sizing. So now they reintroduced zeros, and they used to start at 2, and the 2 is tiny, but now they've changed it back to like a 0 being the new teeny tiny. So if they're changing all these numbers, y'all don't be pressed when the size doesn't match you. Sizing is mental. The point of fashion is to look good no matter what your size is. Like, it doesn't matter what they're telling you. You tell them what size you are. You tell them, which is why it's so important for you to know your measurements. And if it looks good, the tag is irrelevant. The tag is irrelevant. If it looks good on you, the tag is irrelevant. You want to make sure that your clothing is very flattering, not too big, not too small, flattering. But sizing is arbitrary. Y'all, they be lying to you. It's a whole arbitrary lie. Sizing is just irrelevant. Just try on a clothing. If it's cute, buy it. If it ain't, it ain't. Okay. Oof, y'all. Oof. I got dry mouth. I got cotton mouth. Okay. Online shopping. Now, as you all know, I am a big aficionado of online shopping in general because you can shop whenever you want, which I guess can be kind of dangerous in theory, but you can shop whenever you want. I think you have a huge range of clothing options that you can wear. I believe that you're more likely to find something that's different, eclectic. So with in-store, when you go to a store, even though like a Zara is a chain, a Zara might be the same, a Zara might be the chain, Zara's and other fast fashion retailers cater to whomever the base client market is. So not every Zara is going to be the same. Like a Zara in DC is going to be different than the flagship Zara in New York City. The Zara in Spain is going to be different than the Zara in like the UK. So make sure that you know that. For example, I went to a Zara. I actually did go to a Zara in Barcelona. Oh my God, it was so amazing. Everything was like beautiful, and I will say that their clothing was smaller. A lot of their clothing sizes were smaller. It was hard to find like a larger size, for example, or even like a medium size. Zara America, you're going to find more of a range of sizing. you're also going to find a little bit, some of the clothes are a little more risque here, but I could just be making that up. But just know, y'all, just know that they're always going to cater to your market. So I think because of that, you're more likely to be fit into a box, and you're more likely to look like other people in your area that you're in, which is why I'm a big advocate, because I always want to, when I dress up, I always want to take my fashion game to another level. I always want to make sure that I'm dressing to kill the fashion game. And a part of that is to find interesting pieces that you won't be able to find locally. But that's just me. But big fan. And here's how I recommend shopping online and saving your coins. Okay, first thing, so I know we all like to put stuff in our carts. We do that. And I don't actually see a problem with that. I do that the same thing too. But instead of putting in your cart, love the item. So there's like a wish list. Like put the things in your wish list. That way they stay, because things in your cart usually expire. But put everything in your wish list, everything that you like in your wish list. And when you do that, you have an idea of what your style is. So I think particularly if you don't know what your style is like, you don't know what you like, it's kind of like you're creating your own little personalized Pinterest board at a specific store. So at a little pretty little thing online, or misguided.com, or Fashion Nova, or even the traditional retailers have online presences now, so Zara.com. You can get an idea of what your style looks like, really just based on the clothes that you like. And from there, maybe some things you will buy, maybe some things you'll put back, or leave in the wish list. But it's really important to have an idea of what you would even be interested in purchasing in the first place. Also, when you look at your wish list, you really want to have an idea of what clothes are streamlined. So you can't just have a mosh posh of different items. Your closet really is linear. Everything in your closet should, in theory, go together. It's a foundation, and then you just build from that foundation. So theoretically, you do have a sense of a general style based on what your closet looks like. It shouldn't be boring and stolid and stale, a whole bunch of neutrals and similar colors and similar patterns and all the same stuff. But also shouldn't be just a mosh posh of randomness, because that way you're never going to find an outfit that works for you. You want to have some streamline in your outfits. And I really do think that looking at your wish list will give you an idea of how linear your looks are. If you can actually pair things together, if you can actually make an outfit out of that, if it's actually representative of your life, your personality, and your lifestyle. I like doing that. To me, wish listing is similar to window shopping. It's similar to how I would window shop in a store, just to get an idea of what's hot and what works for me. It's a little bit more personalized. Another thing is to always beware of the so-called sale. Always beware of sales. What do I mean by that? You guys, marketing is something serious, I declare. Particularly, I know, like on Charlotte Ruse's website, they will always have a banner, flash sale, 20% off, or Pretty Little Things, extra 30% off with coupon code. You all, these things last forever. Like, they're always going to have some type of code. So don't ever feel like you're pressured to buy something because of like, oh my gosh, it's going to go away. No, it's not. It's not. It's always going to come back. You just have to know when to go and know when to go back. It's okay to go away. Remember this, you all. Companies don't tell you when to shop. You tell them. When you're ready to purchase something, that's when you will purchase something. And when you're ready, the pricing will adjust for itself. Don't feel pressured to purchase something just because it's telling you there's a sale. Y'all, sales will forever exist in perpetuity. Forever. So don't ever feel pressured by that. So beware of the sales. Just know that, all right, whatever, bet. Beware of the sales. All right, you all. Know your size. I really can't emphasize this enough. If you want to be truly fashionable, you have to know where, 32, 44, 36. Oh, I guess that's not really, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. You need to know your size. I absolutely recommend finding a tape measurer and measuring your boobie, around your boobies, and measuring the smallest part of your waist, and measuring your booty, your bottom, and getting an idea of what your size is. A lot of people have issues with shopping online because they're like, oh, it doesn't fit me. The reason why it's not fitting, one reason could potentially be because you didn't look at the sizing. So most, I don't know if all, but I know absolutely most, especially all the legitimate online shops, have size charts for clothing that will fit you. So a small could be something different than like a different store, just like in regular stores. But the issue is you can't try these things on, not immediately at least. So you always want to look at the size chart to get an idea of if it's going to fit your waist, if it's going to fit your hips, if it's going to fit your boobies, if it's going to fit your arm length. You always want to get an idea of what that looks like. So if you have the number in your head, you're going to know, it's a much more likely chance that it's going to fit. It may not fit, but it's much more likely that it's going to fit you, which is why it's really, really important to know your sizing. You have to know your sizing if you want to be successful in shopping online. Have to know your sizing. Another tip I have is to leave items in your cart or wish list, whatever. Leave it for a couple days. We don't want to be victims of instant gratification. We don't. I know a lot of people have issues with online shopping because it's so easy. They make it so easy. You'll leave stuff in your cart because that way it'll help you figure out whether or not something that you really want or you're just purchasing. And if you're still thinking about that piece, then maybe you should buy it. Maybe. I've definitely done that. I've had carts expire. I'm like, oh Lord, I have to buy it all over again. I got to look at it all over again. However, if it's something I really want, I'll do it. If I just bought it just because if I was just getting it because it looked cute, because I just was being very, impulsive, no, I don't want it like that. I don't need it. And my last tip is any apps you have for these clothing companies, you need to delete them. I'd recommend deleting any payment options you have on your phone. What makes online shopping, I love online shopping too, but I definitely understand how it can easily become a trap because it's so easy to spend money online. Our phones save our credit card information. So it's like this money, it's not hard-earned money anymore. It's just like points that you can just delete, and you're getting all this stuff. Especially with PayPal coming in, automatically has your information. With Apple Pay, it's like, oh, so great. I had Apple Pay. I'm deleting it, you all. It's dangerous. It's too dangerous. It's not right. Like, to me, everything being online negates how hard we work for the money that we have because they make it so easy to spend your money. Everything is already saved. It's just a click of the button and you're automatically going to get something. And to me, if you're not disciplined enough in your money, it's going to be too easy for you to have your money just be gone on something you really don't know. So that's why I always recommend you all, any apps you have, delete them. You don't need the app. You don't need that extra 10% off. It's not worth it in the long run, I promise. They're just trying to get you to buy more, which you end up doing. Don't have information saved, credit card information saved. It's too easy. You want to make it difficult. If you really want something, you got to work to get it. If you really want that coat, you got to put some elbow grease in. You got to put your back into it. Put some work into it. That way you'll think twice about the things that you buy. And that's what you want to do. I really do believe that a well-curated wardrobe, a very stylish person, thinks about the things that she purchases, or he, hey y'all. They think about the things that they purchase. They think first before they buy. And that's what makes a person very stylish, in my opinion. You always plan your looks. You're not just buying things off the strength of the sale or because it's a pretty color or it looks nice. You're buying it because you're actually going to wear it and you're going to incorporate it into your already fantastically curated wardrobe. So think about those things. Oh, and last, always find a coupon code. There's always a sale, y'all. Always a sale. If you go to Retail Me Not, you're going to find the sales. Always find the sales. That was really quick. That's it. That's all I got for that, y'all. Just never accept price for what it is, you all. Remember, y'all, pricing is arbitrary. It really is. Pricing is literally a figment of a company's imagination. It's like, oh, well, I think based on XYZ, blah, 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 I think so-and-so will pay X dollars. And then we do. Like, they tell us what to pay, and we're going to end up paying it. So always remember that in the back of your head, that pricing really is arbitrary. It's so funny. I grew up in rural North Carolina. And there were people in my class, even though we had like t-shirts, we had school uniforms, there were girls in our class who dressed very well for what it was. They dressed really well. Like, I wasn't that person. I was still, let's not talk about that. But they dressed very well. And I'm thinking, how is it that these people who live below the poverty line are able to dress well, just like people who do live in the Upper East Side, very fancy places, who dress very well too. And that's how I know you all, style is salient. Style is creativity. Style ain't got a cost. Style is up here in your imagination. It's clothing that has a cost. Clothing costs money, but style genuinely is innate. So it doesn't matter where you come from. There's always gonna be people who dress nice. It really is. There's always popular kids, cool kids. There's always people who dress well, and there's always people who don't. Like even in the rich places, there are people who don't. How imaginative, how creative are you with your style and with your wardrobe? Remember that, you all. Remember that style is forever. Clothing has a cost. Pricing is arbitrary. You gonna tell people, and because of that, if they gonna make up prices for what you're gonna pay, you gonna make up prices for what you're gonna pay too. It's not that difficult. All right, guys. Okay. I really hope this was super helpful. As always, you guys, please, please, please subscribe. Please rate. Please comment. Let me know what y'all think. I'm really excited about next week's episode. We're going to have a really fun CEO spotlight. It's going to be super dope, you all. And of course, you know where to follow me on my Twitter and my Facebook and my Instagram at Stacks in the City, the letter N. This is Ashley signing off, you all. You can do this. You all are so fantastic. And have a wonderful, phenomenal, fantastic, excellent, amazing, dope week. Bye, y'all.